Happiness. I'm back. Hope this video takes. No, I promised you some video from Brooklyn from boot camp, but this phone here, the focus was going in. I took a couple videos, like 3 or 4 videos actually, kind of narrating what was happening and what I was doing, and the video was just getting blurry, unblurry, blurry, unblurry. You know I'm an old guy. I'm technology challenged. They're sending me a new phone, but I just did a test and it worked and it didn't go blurry. So here I am. I am back with Nanucella boots. I was corrected by some of the family members out there and they said it's Nanucella. So I don't know. Nanucella, Nanucella, I'm back. And I know I just did a video on some boots that you don't see here because they started a new model, and the last was a little bit different on my foot. So I sent those back. They were like a brown wax flesh and went a half size bigger, and they fit wonderfully. But the owner, Gagi, convinced me I'm getting Horween Natural Dublin, and I'm just absolutely in love with it. I was going to do another video on some old Herman and other vintage hiking boots. That one's pending. I got a lot of videos pending now. I got a lot more material for content for you. But this is the boot I wanted to talk about today, and it was going to be ready for the boot camp, and it wasn't. But it came in the mail. I think I got it Friday night, and I just got so pumped about it, man. I was all set up to do this other video, and I wanted to do this one. So I want to talk to you a little bit about Nanucella. This was the first ones I got. Many of you remember those, and this is their original Nanucella, and I'm a goofy guy, and this is what they sold the most of. They were lights out on this thing. I was the first one to purchase in the U.S. As I told you before, there was a young gentleman from Canada, I think a soap opera star, very young adult guy, and he bought the first pair. I saw his on Instagram, and I bought the second pair. So after I became their first U.S. customer, so you can see that there, I got these, and these are called the Nanucella Classics. And as you know, I've done videos on what are my worst break-in or no break. These are my most comfortable boots. The leather is so soft. Don't ask for this leather. I think it was from Turkey or something, and they can't get this leather anymore. But I was just in love with the leather. Look at that. The rubber sole is set into the leather. They are just absolutely amazing. I know you've seen these before, and I wore these at boot camp because I was going to have my new ones, but they didn't come yet. So I wore these because they were going to be there, and Brian the Bootmaker was there. The first day I wore my roll clubs to represent Brian the Bootmaker, and the second day I wore my Nanucellas, these ones, Nanucella Classic, to represent Nanucella, which was also there, and they helped me out. Gagi from Nanucella, the owner, along with Dale from Dale's Leatherworks, encouraged me to go, and thank you, Dale. Thank you, Gagi. Thank you, Nana, for encouraging me to go and for helping me. And Latara, Bono, my Peter, my Nanucella family. Thank you for helping me out over there, man. They're from Brooklyn, those folks. And not Dale. He came in on the train. I'm going to tell you that story in a minute. Anyway, okay. So that's what I wore. And the second day at boot camp. And they were a big hit. Everyone loved them. And so, like I said, this is a new model. It doesn't even have a name yet. And I'm telling you, this brand is coming up. They are up and coming. Okay, look at this. When I'm looking down, I don't know if I got enough light. When I'm looking down at my feet in this, these are like the perfect boots, man. I look down at my feet when I'm wearing these. I wore them all around the house in my shorts on Friday night. You know how guys are when you get new boots. And I was just in love. This euphoria. I got some pipe wrap stuff, or some pipe insulation in there, keeping the shape right now while I laced them for you. But I was just looking at that. I mean, this is the Munson Last Plus, okay? If you see that kind of banana shape Okay, that's the Munson Last Plus. It's kind of like an Alden. Alden has that, but it doesn't have this toe box. And man, I just love these. I can't say enough. These are like the perfect boot for me. I don't know who makes that. It's glued and nailed, and it says Nanucella right on there. And so I was just so stoked about receiving these boots and this natural Dublin Horween Chrome XL. I got another pair of Vibergs in this leather, and they're darker. What it does is, I don't know if it's kind of like veg tan, but it ages and it keeps going into more orangey browns. And that's what Gagi told me. It's going to be a patina monster, he told me. And because I was looking at my Vibergs, and my Vibergs are almost new, but they're in bags, I think. They're in the box in bags, and they're already getting more of an orange. You know how like a veg tan will turn from a pink, and guys suntan them and they go all the way to that saddle orange color. Well, these, with this leather, this Horween Natural Dublin, you already got a head start on that. So if you don't like the pink stains really easy too, because you see there's a little finish. See the shine? I did nothing to them. You know, so there's already a finish on this. And so the cool thing, thank you, Gagi, for talking me into this, because the cool thing about them is, man, with the veg tan, if you get a stain or something, I mean, you're done. I mean, it's there. It's part of your patina for you guys that like patina. Guys are in patina. Someone said, who was it? I don't know, Dale or one of those guys. He's talking to Stridewise or Jake from Almost Vintage Style. One of them said, if you've said patina more than 3 times in your life, you might be a boot addict. But these are fabulous. Look at them. They are absolutely fabulous. I can't say enough about them. I'm in love with them. I was going to wear them today. I want to put them on my feet today. But I'm wearing some Red Wing steel toe vintage work boots. You can see those on Instagram. But I wanted to show you. So that's why it's just everything about it's like the perfect cap toe service boot. There are so many service boots out there, and I don't want to be a downer or whatever. I don't complain about anything, but everybody's got a service boot, man. And it's an almond toe. It's the same shape. It's the same iteration of a service boot by a different company. I don't think anyone's got this one. So there's no name of it. I don't even know what it costs yet. So, you know, just if you want this, go on Instagram and message Nanucella and tell them I'm interested in the boots that the Happiness Carpenter just showed. And he's using Horween now. And Gagi, and so he'll have some offerings of different leathers that you could get. If you want the sole, if you want a leather sole, you can get a leather sole. I mean, everything's made custom by them, but it's not custom where it's like 6 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years, like we're all waiting for our boots. But it's custom, like, I don't know, less than 2 months. I think you can get these. So these are beautiful. These are amazing. These are heavy duty. They're also lined. You can see that pipe in there, but you see that the lining is the light color, and that they're lined. They are uber comfortable, and so that's what I want to talk to you about. That now, okay, what happened at boot camp, man? Okay, I learned a bunch of stuff, not only about boots and leathers and all that kind of stuff. I thought I would carry on, you know, like my nephew and my niece, they carry on. The young people, oh, don't check a bag. The carry on is cheaper and everything. No. I had this leather backpack, this matching leather valise, a matching leather messenger bag. I was all tricked out and everything like that. I should have checked the bag because I bought 2 pairs of boots when I was there, and I ended up with my roll clubs in the bottom of my backpack, and I creased them a little bit and I fixed them. But it's like, wow, yeah, I put my roll clubs, crammed them in the bottom of a backpack. What an idiot. I don't know. I'm goofy. I was so excited. But anyway, yeah, next time check a bag. I went on Friday. The thing was Saturday. It's general admission is free. I don't know if they're going to keep doing that, but if they do, and you're on the Eastern Seaboard, you got to take advantage of that, man. This is the event of your lifetime. Stitchdown. Hey, Ben Robinson, I hope you're watching this because you did a fantastic job. There was a time in my life, man. It was like Disneyland times 100 for boot collectors. I mean, it was just, there's nothing like it. And but they had a mixer on Friday night. If you have the VIP, okay, general admission 12 to 5 Saturday, 12 to 5 Sunday. VIP, which was $200, I think, $220. You get in an hour early, like Costco or whatever. Hour early Saturday, hour early Sunday. But they have classes and workshops. You get a couple free, I don't know, workshops or classes you could have signed up for free with the VIP. I didn't do that because I just want to hang and meet my peeps. But some of those are free with the VIP. And so also there's a mixer on Friday night with the vendors and the VIPs that I missed because I did the red eye on Friday night. And then there's a mixer Saturday, which I missed because I wanted to go out to dinner with all the folks from Nanucella, and I had Georgian food, man, and it was awesome. They took me to a Georgian restaurant. And then Sunday night there was also a mixer. It's some kind of microbrew or whatever. And I missed that because I jumped back on my plane. The Georgians, Peter took me to the airport right after the event. So, check a bag for me. You're probably going to want to buy something. There's guys buying hides, so they had leather there. The tanneries were represented there. So check a bag and go longer. I mean, I'm telling myself this, right? Make sure you're there for Friday. Make sure you're there for Monday. And then because lots of the folks, when I see their pictures and stuff, what I did was I took a couple stills out of my videos. And then I also showed all the pictures of me with all you guys, all my new friends. Hi, everyone that I met. And so I just learned how to do a reel. And I posted that. I am now on TikTok. So if you're on TikTok, follow me because I need to get the TikTok thing going so I learn how to work it. Happiness Carpenter on TikTok. Of course, Happiness Carpenter on Instagram, I did the reel, and then on all the Facebook boot groups, I did the reels. So you can see the pictures and me with some of my new friends, Mike, Kevin, Ken, Christian. Hey, Christian, dude, I can't find you on any social media. Please message me so I can at least communicate with you. Also, Rick from New York, you know who you are. Much respect and love to you, brother. But I am trying to get a hold of you, and I want to talk to you. I got some questions for you and some love for you, Rick. Check your Instagram message. I know you're older than me. It's difficult for us. Or else try and contact me some other way on Facebook or join Red Wing and Other Boots for Work and Fashion, Rick, and we can talk that way. If you're watching, Tiffany, I love you. So yeah, I went down there and I got at the hotel like 1:30 in the morning. I talked to my wife. She's like, Mijo, have you eaten? I'm like, no. Not since your protein shake at 9 o'clock in the morning in California. No, it's 1:30 in the morning in Brooklyn. I went out, asked the clerk at the hotel, I'm like 3 blocks from the boot camp. I said, is there a place to get something to eat around here? The fast food or something? Oh, yeah. There's a 24-hour deli on 4th and 39th or something like this. And I'm like, okay. They think I'm a New Yorker. I know nothing. Second time in New York. First time was like 7 years ago. I was with my nephew and my niece who know everything. So I walked out. There's a bar open. Okay, I want to say this. New Yorkers are nice. Brooklyners, it is a gritty city. All right? I didn't see any homeless. I saw a lot of trash. But the people there were amazing. I think I was in a Puerto Rican barrio. The people were super sweet, super nice. And I love Brooklyners from what I experienced. But I walked out the hotel. There's like a bouncer outside a bar. It's almost closing time. I don't know what time I close. It's almost 2. It's so diverse there in New York, though. I think everyone's kind to each other because there's so many different kind of people. But I never encountered many people with an accent, except for this first guy. And if I get it wrong, I don't know what borough or whatever he's from. And I said, hey, man, where's that 24-hour deli? I'm trying to find it. He goes, you go up here a block, you turn right, you go down a couple blocks, it's right on the corner. And I was like, okay. So I did what he said, and I saw it. But before I left him, I go, I'm not from around here, dude. Am I gonna be okay? I mean, because I know I look like a big dude. I'm not big and strong. I used to be really big and strong, but I'm not. I'm an old guy now. So I'm like, am I gonna be okay? And he goes, you're gonna be fine. Just don't talk to nobody. Just go get yourself a sandwich. So I thought I should have recorded that dude. I probably got it wrong. I don't. Maybe he wasn't from that borough. I don't know. But that was funny. And when I went up there after 2 o'clock in the morning, it was some Yemen dudes that were hecka sweet. And behind the deli counter was a Hispanic dude, probably a Puerto Rican guy or something. But I'll tell you, I had a ham and cheese plain bagel. This was like heaven, man. This was the best bagel I ever had. And my wife said, "Mijo, it's because you were starving." I don't know. I think it was good. Anyway, next day, man, I'm walking down the street, contacted Dale. He said he's getting from Dale's Leatherworks. He said he's getting off the train, coming out of the ground. I walked up a block. There he is, man, just styling Dale's Leatherworks, man. First time I ever just met him in person, gave him a big hug. He was wearing some iron boots, gray, and he looked awesome. We walked down there. He wanted a cup of coffee. We got a cup of coffee. I got a pastry, and then it started, man. We walked out in Industry City. It's so cool. Hey, my youngest daughter she works all over the place in the TV industry. She's Industry City, Brooklyn. It's great. And we got a cup of coffee in Industry City. We walked out and it just started. I started making friends. I started having friends. Everybody knew me. Like I said before, most of you guys don't have your pictures up and running, so just guys kept coming up to me. We made it. We just hugs and handshakes and pictures and everything. We made it outside, same thing. We made it across the street to the next building, same thing. In the building, same thing. Top of the stairs, same thing. It was meeting guys and people and everything in the door, and it was amazing. And I had to wait for that reel for all the pictures to trickle in because I was just aghast. I had never seen or known. I didn't know so many people knew me. I never had that many friends before. Thank you guys for loving me, man. I'm just a dude sitting here trying to make people happy that told me to talk about my boots, and you guys are just giving me love and respect and honor, and all you guys, you know who you are. If I didn't call out your name, man, it's just an honor to know you. Amazing, fine gentlemen and women. I met the best boot collectors, the best boot enthusiasts, the best boot makers, the best cobblers. Wyatt and Dads were represented there. Tobias. I got to spend time with Tobias. I got to spend time with Nick from Stridewise. I mean, I think there was like 30 or 40 booths, something like that. I didn't even look at half of them the first day. I was just standing there talking to people, and they were taking pictures, but I had to wait for them all to trickle in to do that the reels that I did because I didn't really have anything in my phone except those videos that didn't work out. And so then that night after the first one, I went out with the Georgians from Nanucella to Georgian food. It was awesome. They took me back to the hotel. Man, I walked up and found another deli. It wasn't that late. Got a piece of red velvet cake and went back to the hotel. Got up and do it again, but Dale couldn't come back because he had to work the next day. You know, those of us, if we're mega or micro influencer guys, most of us got regular jobs. Except for, I think, Nick from Stridewise. I think that's his job. But the second day was a little bit more chill. I'd say there was a couple thousand people there altogether. I'm not sure. But the second day I managed to get through everything and talk to more people and just talk about leathers and stuff like that. And man, when 6 o'clock rolled around, it seemed like it was like 10 minutes and I had to go. And so I want to go next year. I don't know if I can. I'm certainly going to try. But I think that you should go if it's all possible for you economically. I mean, the plane fare for me was less than it is for me to go back and forth to my home in Guadalajara, Mexico. And that's a little bit further. I think from California here, I left from San Francisco. Would have way rather left from Oakland or San Jose. I couldn't find a direct flight because San Francisco is a confusing airport. But I think it took me 5.5 hours. I think it takes 4.5 hours to Guadalajara. But the ticket was cheaper. But the other thing I found out, there's a lot of young people, a lot of professional people, a lot of people jumping back and forth for the weekend. And man, when I got back on the flight on the way back, man, all the overhead bins were full. And that's another reason I should have checked a bag. But I got back, got here at, 2:30 in the morning, went to sleep, got up at like 10 or something, was working by 11. I worked that day, and I've been busy ever since. So that's a carpenter's life. But that's what happened. And I just want to tell you that it's a glorious life, and it is what you make it. And you have choice about things. You don't have choice when you're a little child. You're not in control who your parents are, or how you're treated, or how your formative years are. But after that, pretty much everything, you had a choice. So why don't you stop shifting blame, own your life, own your good, own your bad, learn from your bad, learn from your good, give credit for your good to other people. Don't become an egotist. Just let the bad flow away from you so that doesn't keep affecting you, and just do your life. Because this is what I'm doing, man, and going to boot camp and meeting all you guys and everything. I feel like a new guy. I feel like I have this whole huge life now. And I'm just sitting here in my office talking to you guys usually, and I don't get to see you guys, hug and touch you guys and talk to you and look at your face. And man, it was just absolutely empowering to meet you guys. And you guys, Peter from Boston, I remember you guys as I talk, but you guys are just amazing gentlemen. Peter from Boston, electrical contractor, talked to him for a long time just about family and life, man. And man, you guys are my friends. My wife, she's like, "You going to meet your guys? Your invisible friends, you know?" And yeah, you guys are my guys and gals, and I love you. And thanks for being my friend. I know I'm not easy. I know I'm like really extreme and out there and kind of in your face and with opinions and this "I love you, man" and everything all the time. And that's not how everyone rolls. But I know I'm difficult sometimes. But hey, I love you. But what I want to say right now, what the main point of this whole deal is with Nanucella, all the folks in Brooklyn, the folks at Stitchdown, all the bootmakers, the cobblers, the tannery people, and the collectors, and all just the boot community. Hey, I want to say thank you for loving me, because it feels really good. I feel your love. Thank you. I feel it. I see you, and I see your love. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And happiness.